Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Finish the Story. I am your host, Keegan Bray. I'm live here with my co-host, Trent Ludzak, my producer.
Hello.
We're live in the Neon Dojo, man.
The Neon Dojo.
Yeah, you got your sippy cup on your.
it.
You got your sippy cup on your
Bro,
cores.
I'm just being responsible around all this equipment. I don't like how you're disrespecting my
I know, dude. I'm raw dogging a Coors Light, bro.
You're disrespecting the Neon Dojo right now.
Well, let me tell you, those things right there, what you don't realize is it's like shotgunning a beer every time you take a sip. It's like a fucking garden hose of Coors Light.
You got to rip the sip, dog.
Rip the sip. We are joined today by the hilarious Reed Pegram. Man, good to see you.
Hey, hello. Thanks
Welcome
for having me
to
today.
the studio. I know it's like a marathon when you come in here.
Thanks for giving me this this like civil rights era amount of Coors Light in a can. Also, I chose red.
Yeah. I like it matches your light.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't even notice
I
that.
should probably switch to green then.
Yeah. What are you
Oh,
doing?
yeah.
man?
You guys are still going to be Jedis.
Yeah. You got to show it off a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you watched the
really
new
good.
Star Wars show, by the way?
Ahsoka? No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been too poor for Disney Plus recently.
Yeah,
But
I
hear
steal
it's
it. I steal allegedly. I steal it.
But Disney should lose everything.
Yeah. Everything. I mean, first off, I have grievances with the entire streaming service system. Like, just that there's fucking 9 of them now. It's like we basically went back to cable.
Yeah.
We've gone full circle back to fucking cable. You're like,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be great if we had something that put them all together, like Comcast? God damn it! Like, this is what we tried to dissolve.
And it's just like, it's bullshit. Like, yeah, you got to have like Netflix for your Seinfeld. If you could just have TBS for it. Like, TBS could like knock out your whole Netflix
Yeah.
subscription.
It was like how I liked Parks and Rec, and then they're like
But you
Peacock.
got
I was like, get the
commercials.
fuck out. Commercials are bullshit now.
Yeah,
Man,
that's the thing.
it's just gotten worse.
Yeah, somebody gave me their login to like Hulu and it had commercials. I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck? I'm
Yeah.
poor too."
Why do I even have Hulu?
Yeah, I could have
But
just got my own.
You're
I
just
could
getting
do
like
this.
face fucked by the same commercial over and over
Every
again.
time.
No, it's way worse than just cable commercials.
You're reciting it by the end of the episode.
Yeah. Which I'm like, who the fuck watches cable? But we used to do that bathtub installation, and we do it in like old people's houses, like walk-in bathtubs.
oh,
that's
like in a wall, like they just
Like
put a
no,
TV
we would
in a
take it.
wall?
No, we would put like the walk-in bathtubs, but we're always in old people's houses.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's like
those
when you're walking
rebats.
through the house, these old people are just sitting there pilled the fuck out in their living room, and they're the ones watching cable TV.
It's like those Tom
Having
Selleck
a- having a-
commercials.
Yeah,
Great
exactly.
time.
Because you're like, who the fuck is this for? It's for that lady.
She's
That's
having a
for
great
that
time,
lady.
man. You're installing the next upgrade, bro. She's gonna put candles around that bath later today,
I know. I'm always installing it. Like you're gonna die in here, lady.
bro. She might
Your final resting place,
bro.
dude.
She might overdose on purpose because it's just so nice. She's like this is
Dr.
the-
Oz in the background. That's the last thing you hear before
While
you
you-
die.
Well, you slowly drift out in a very comfortable bathtub.
Dr.
We find
Oz.
out how pineapple juice can be an excellent enema or something like that.
I know people would always ask, well, what do I do if I need to get out and the tub is filled up? I go, you die. You just fucking sit in there until your nephew comes from an hour and a half away who never
You
visits.
can't just like open it up and just like deep blue sea the shit
Yeah.
out of your like bathroom or something.
Well, that's not a good selling point. They're like, how do I get out of it? You're going to have to crawl out. You're going to have to shimmy out.
You remember Houdini.
Yeah.
Right? You're old enough.
You met him, dude. Hopefully, he taught
Yeah.
you some tricks.
Remember that guy you
fucked
blew in the teens?
Which is crazy the way that Houdini died, that somebody just some bro punched him in the stomach while he wasn't. Like,
Yeah,
that's.
man. It's the same way Superman dies.
It's like all the
Live by
heroic
the
shit.
fist, die by the fist.
Just like, can you imagine the level of douchebag that guy was that punched
Yeah.
Houdini in the stomach?
I bet that guy was wearing affliction shirt.
Just what a colossal
Dude, that guy
douchebag.
tried to get just like laid by be like these.
Yeah.
skills
Oh,
are
that's
amazing.
Houdini? I'm about to light him up, dude.
Who done him? What?
So what's up, man? What you been up to?
Just trying to survive.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's okay. I think I've like hit a crest. We're okay. We'll be all right.
The crest? That sounds like a scary place to be. It sounds horrible.
Like riding a wave. Yeah, I'm just been trying to not be completely poor.
Yeah, it's a tough.
And,
it's a challenge. It's
get out there, do as much stand up as possible. Hanging out.
all right. Let's get into it. What's the worst show you've ever done?
Worst show I've ever done?
Yeah, talking about doing stand up because we always like asking other comedians because we've had some great stories on here about people just doing hell shows.
Just
I feel like that's always like a great.
It makes you feel like you haven't suffered enough in your career. Some of the stories, I'm like, I haven't done shit, man.
No, I love to hear a worse one all the time. Like that's just like, oof.
Yeah.
I don't know the worst show. There's like a weird backstory to the worst show
right,
I've ever had. Like when I was like in my early 20s, a couple of friends of mine trying to get together started a production company.
Okay.
Started, and this guy like Dean Jones, and I'll say his fucking name. Snow Camp, North Carolina. He's this dude. He was like a
snow camp,
meat camp.
Holy
North
shit!
Carolina.
I know meat camp. I've delivered
thinking,
food
like,
to meat camp.
Near like Burlington. Are you talking?
It's near Boone.
Oh, Meat Camp Road. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And I'm talking about Snow Camp.
Okay.
It's down near Burlington, North Carolina.
Okay, yeah, I don't know that one.
He like wanted me for like makeup work on like Deep Space Nine, the Star Trek spinoff. But like I don't know, got like ousted from Hollywood. Was like back in North Carolina and like gave us this job that was complete bullshit. It was supposed to be the short film that was going to go to Cannes Film Festival or whatever, but like complete lies.
Yeah.
And just like working for free for 12-hour days.
Just grifting.
Yeah, he was like, this goes, it's that guy,
interns.
it was Michael Jackson's like coordinator. You're like, I don't know, I'm not going to check that.
Yeah.
It's 2012.
And even if you do that, if you go from Hollywood to any town with camp in the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a good reason. You messed up bad in Hollywood, and you probably shouldn't be trusted in whatever odd camp you live in.
You're just like clinging to the people that you know from like Mad TV.
Yeah, I thought you said snow-capped North Carolina. I was like, no, no. I didn't say anything, but I was like, But you're churching it up.
Years, I don't know. Years ago, we find out it's all bullshit. I'm just, okay, that Dean Jones guy.
You think we can Google him?
Yeah, you could Google him. He looks like a methed out Tim Allen.
Oh, yes.
Which is kind of like Tim Allen, but
it's not this guy.
You could put it like makeup artist.
What did he really do any of this stuff?
I mean, he has like IMDb. I think he worked on Marin, that IFC show. Yep, that's it.
Oh, yep,
That's
born
it.
in Burlington, North Carolina.
Back home.
He is a person. Oh, here's the moot. Is this the Instagram?
Yeah, no, I believe so.
Oh.
So what led you to believe that it was all fake? Like, what made you figure it out?
Oh my God, look at this guy.
It was like what everyone who was like more
Bro,
like
you got tricked by that guy?
Yeah, dude. He has to hide his eyes because they're like really like Sith colored. They're like all yellow and black and shit.
No, I just assume he's doing meth and they're just beet red.
But then it's like 5 years. We're just fucked. Whatever. 5 years later, I'm dating someone who's imagine that, but in your throat.
Spill.
And these things, it turns out, are way worse when they spill because it foams through it like a waterfall, like a volcano.
Just all that in your gut. Correct usage.
Can you hand me just a couple napkins on the fridge?
Oh, man.
Continue your story, please.
That's my favorite, is that you spilt the sippy cup.
It's the purpose of the sippy cup. Would it be all right? But like, so like 5 years later, I don't know. And then I'm dating somebody who's like doing like a makeup apprenticeship with him, and like that has become her boss. I'm like, look out for that guy.
Yeah.
And
that guy's the worst.
And so he hits me up about doing this show at Saxapaw ballroom or Hot River Ballroom in Saxpaw, North Carolina. It's this pretty rad room.
Yeah.
Like, pretty cool.
Cool. Sounds
Like
cool.
music artists play there. And he's like, yeah, you'll do the show. Then I heard that I was gonna do like a half hour on it, and I was just like, I'm pretty honest. Like I do a lot of Comic-Cons, you know. I was like, is this gonna be like an appropriate show? And he's like, just don't talk about genitals. And it was like in an email, you know. Like that's a weird.
Like, do whatever
no
you do.
Genitals.
No
and like
genital
that being
talk,
like
dude.
like all the top, all the entire every word in the email is just don't do genitals. And you're like, all right.
I wonder who did genitals. Like who showed up and did genitals. And they're like, no more of that fucking dick and pussy talk, dude.
But I was gonna it was gonna be a like casino themed show, and that's all I knew. And I was gonna like open for a magician.
No, dude, a casino themed show.
Hey, at least you're opening for him. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if you have to follow a magician, you're just like, oh, this is gonna.
But just the people that are
Wait.
coming to see a headlining magician are
That's
not
true.
your
That's
ideal
true.
crowd.
I think it's bad either way.
Yeah.
That's not your ideal
think
crowd.
you're having
I
a
can
bad
warm up
time.
for a magician, but I can't like cool down from a magician. You know? I can't just like there's no props
I can't
or
control
anything.
that heat.
Yeah.
So like I asked about money, I never really get like a solid answer about it. Huge red flag, you know.
Yeah.
I should've- no.
Waving.
I was doing comedy long enough. I should have been like, you know, it was just an awesome room. I just wanted to do it. And again, I was like, is it cool? I mean, he's like, yeah, no. I was like, what is this show? And he just never really told me.
He's
And then,
dancing
like,
around it.
I get there and like I park and I walk up and I see signs for like class of like 70 something, you know. And I'm sorry, before that, I'm getting ahead of myself. Like the day of the show, he calls me. I was like, hey, can you do longer? You know, like, can you do like an hour?
An hour.
And I'm like, is
30
this to be,
minutes
like-
longer?
And I'm just like,
Double?
I can't talk about genitals.
Can you
and
pretend you're
I
gonna
can't
pay
talk
me
about
double?
my dick.
yeah, no. Like, and that's when I should have, been really.
You want an
adamant. I
hour
was
without talking about
I
my
was like,
balls?
Yeah, man. You know,
No
maybe I was
way.
like really cocky at the time. I was like, yeah, I could do an hour at Hot River Ballroom, you know, for like. And I get there, and yeah, it's like it's a 40-year like high school reunion, you know. So it's like
40 year. I can't
40
believe that they
years.
still people imagine
They're losers. They're losers if they're
the
still
people
going.
who are still doing that are the people who peaked in high school.
Yeah, definitely.
But he asked me if I could do an hour because the day of the show, the magician had a traumatic head injury.
So,
know?
so on the bright side, you don't have to open for a magician now.
Yeah, the traumatic brain injury. You're like,
What did he make a mistake with the guillotine?
yeah, exactly.
Like he just like he got rabies from like a rabbit, you know. Like this is like a day long. No, I don't know. Like,
Like an anvil fell on his head.
he was terrified of water from the rabies. It hit his head.
So you're all in, dude. You're like, I got an hour.
And like there's
Yeah.
like a celebrity chef buffet there, and then like
Who was the celebrity?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It was just like a local North Carolina celebrity. It was probably Dumb Barbecue. Like
Yeah.
it was just fucking.
Barbecue on a metal plate.
Oh,
Chili Jeff.
so I brought like this like button-up shirt because I thought, fancy show. I wear it over my Iron Maiden shirt. And
But
I get there.
is it a white shirt?
No, it's like checkered.
Okay.
It's got like
It would be funny if it was
it's
a
like
white
a flannel
shirt.
shirt, really more than anything.
Yeah. No, I've done the same thing. But I was just saying if it was a white shirt, it'd be funny because you could still, like with the lights, you could probably still see the Iron Maiden shirt underneath.
It's just like a subtle Iron Maiden on the shirt. But I was there and I just scoped the situation and I accepted my fate and I just put the button-up shirt away. I was like, well,
Oh, you made a game
Yeah.
time
we'll
decision.
just. This is how it's gonna go down.
This is gonna
Yeah,
go
I called
bad.
an audible. Did you look at the crowd and knew?
Yeah, and that's the thing is they were like serving everyone And he brought me up in the worst way
please
possible.
do tell.
That's always a good way to start.
That's my favorite.
Dean Jones, this piece of shit, went up on stage. It's like him on stage, and there's also like a giant roulette table behind him, and there's just two guys in vests, and that's like the stage. I'm just a stand up. Like I'm just standing in front of these dudes in vests that are like have earpieces on, like this is like a real fucking Las Vegas casino situation, and I'm just wearing an Iron Maiden
Wait,
shirt.
I'm in an Iron Man shirt. There's pit bosses behind me.
there's security on stage in case you tell a dick joke.
So he's talking about his balls. Take him out.
That email was very serious. They'll take you in the back and rough you up.
Fucking strangled down. This is just Michael Clark Duncan looking dude.
Oh my god.
Did you try to get laughs out of those guys because they'd be easier probably?
I tried at one point, and it was just like, but before I started doing stand-up comedy, like Dean Jones goes up and is just like, thanks for everyone coming out to the class of whatever. Thank you. We got a celebrity chef, and then like, unfortunately, it was like the magician who was supposed to be here. Suffered a traumatic head injury today. And so we just have a moment of silence for his recovery.
Oh, that's bad.
And then to open the festivities for tonight,
No,
is
you didn't tell a joke.
comedian Reed Pegram.
An hour for Reed Pegram.
Dude, what happens was like 25 of the sweatiest minutes possible.
Wow.
Where they like humored me for like 3 minutes, and just everyone was just like getting chicken thighs and just didn't.
Oh,
yeah, it was.
that's the
dude, like my
coldest
heart rate's
open.
going up
Was
just
it like-
thinking about it?
Like
Just
what?
Immediately sweating.
So the thing about like bombing, I feel like in a room like that is that there's like a sound specifically that you hear that is this like most crushing thing, the fact that you heard it at all. What was that sound for that set? Like, could you like hear a guy chewing chicken?
Absolutely.
Like
It
that
was
was
kind of like this.
like a guy like 4 rows back. You're like, oh no.
It was like the most polite pigs just like eating.
Yeah.
Like, all in a room. Like,
All
I
at the
feel
trough, respectfully.
Like, yeah, it was just like, it's like a
Dude.
subtle murmur of. That was absolutely what it was.
And you did 25 minutes.
did like 25 minutes, and he just
That's
like
trooping it
fucking
out. That's trooping it
Yeah.
out. 25 minutes is a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, I was like, man, I'll work like an 8-minute story into there. And like, it was just like the worst. It was not me not in the right room at
Yeah.
all. And
That's
also,
terrible.
And overpromised on what you could do.
Did you get paid?
no.
No.
God.
Are you
damn.
serious?
I mean,
Are
I didn't
you
know if you
serious?
gave him $10 or something, dude.
He didn't fill his time, Keegan. He doesn't have to get paid.
Here we go.
No.
Here we go.
And yeah. I think that guy didn't recognize who I was from like a couple years before until after I got off stage. I think because he just like kind of it was like when he like came up to be like,
Oh, man.
"Thank you." It was like I don't know, just kind of
Like he was
look
like,
of recognition.
why are you doing this?
A moment of silence is the
Oh,
coldest
yeah.
of opens.
The coldest.
Dude, I did a charity one time, and we knew nothing of what the charity was. So before the show, they come in the back and they're like, "Hey, no domestic violence talk, no violence." I'm like, "Fucking charity is
No,
this?"
no
And they're like,
violence.
"It's a domestic violence for battered children." I'm going up there to tell
no.
a story about my mom spanking me.
Is it to the children?
no.
Bro, no,
Is
it's
it
just
like
like
a
a.
room of-
So before
That's
they
the
do
charity.
it's a charity. These people give them money. So before I'm the first comic up. So I'm like, obviously, I cannot tell the story about my mom spanking me. Like that's off the table. So I'm scrambling. I'm early in comics, so I'm like trying to figure out what story I'm going to tell. The guy brings me up to a video like Sarah McLachlan of sad children and sad music, and I'm watching it like, no, the fuck, he's not
It's
doing
just
this.
an abuse montage.
Yeah,
kind
literally.
of. Oh
And
my
how
God.
what they've given into the homes, and I'm like, there's no fucking way. How is he gonna make this funny? And then he just goes, and tonight our first performer doesn't even say comedian is Keegan Ray, and just walks me out. A dude
Oh my
ate
God.
the biggest bag of dicks. Just the first
Yeah.
guy up
And for
there.
how long do you have to do?
10 minutes. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. I was looking at people that were just looking at me like they didn't know what was happening. Like they didn't know it was comedy. They're looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh my God.
It was awful.
I feel like bombing at a charity is especially bad because you're like, you guys came here to like stop people from being sad, and you're really crushing me right now.
Hey. I don't know what the charity's for,
you want to
but I'm
stop
going to
some
kill
sadness?
myself.
Pay attention a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like that's not gonna make.
And it was open bar, so
not
everybody
gonna
was
make
just
the hitting
hammered.
stop.
So everybody's just hammered
Oh, I
and
like
dressed
how we're
nice.
just getting hammered for like.
Yeah, they're
shows.
just
That's
hammered,
great.
dressed nice, and not listening. Talking
Yeah.
loudly over whatever the fuck I was trying to do. I was not good at comedy at that point, and I'm still not good. But at that time, I was very not good. I was panicking. Like you said, sweating profusely.
Buckets, and then I think my phone died while I was out there, so it was real tough getting.
No.
And I found out later someone like kind of lightly backed into my car. Kind of
good.
Sometime during the night.
Oh, you're telling me at the
And
old
on my
people
way
convention,
home-
someone
the
backed
old-
into your car?
These fucking 60, the AARP.
It
meetup.
never ceases to amaze me when somebody tells me about a bad set. It's never just a bad set. It's a whole
Yeah.
bad night.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I got like food poisoning from Arby's also on the way home. Like, I got a bad-
What?
It was a pretty bad night.
From an
dude.
Arby's?
An Arby's.
What'd you eat?
Wow.
I mean, it was like a beef and cheddar.
I figured that Arby's was so far from food that even like viruses couldn't live in it.
That's a rough.
I wish.
So were you shitting and throwing up or both?
Both.
In a hotel or at home?
Oh no, it was at home.
Okay.
I lived in
Okay,
Raleigh
okay,
at the
just make
time,
sure.
so it was
Hotels
like
are
an
rough.
hour. It was like
Yeah.
rough, like a 45-minute drive home though. You know how those like feel though. Like,
Yeah, when you know you're
Oof.
like I'm gonna explode
Yeah.
like a bomb
That
as
bu-
soon as I get home, but I have to get home first because I can't let it start before I get home.
that
Like,
with,
that's a
like-
rough drive.
Like my phone is dead.
Yeah.
You know, that would like
I forgot about
that
that.
would like I'm feeling my way home. You know?
Oh shit!
I'm like looking for like my like landmark is like at the time. You know when the old Arby's have that giant hat sign?
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
It was like one of those Arby's.
Oh,
I
shit.
was
Yeah,
like,
they had that
there-
in
There
Athens.
she blows. Or I blow, or whatever.
I blow.
Chunks.
Yeah, when I had food poisoning, and the last time I had food poisoning, it got to the point to where I was literally just shitting and throwing up on my bathroom floor just because I couldn't do it, and I was like, I'll just wait this out. And then it got to where you're like, this is a problem. Like I got to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
But as I called 911. This is the state we're in. I called 911 and I told this lady, I'm having full body cramps. I think I'm dying. Like, and she's like, I mean, if you can really drive there, you should probably drive there before you call an ambulance. She's like, that's very expensive. She's like, sounds like you're just having diarrhea. You might need to man up. So I was like, damn,
Yeah.
she's right.
That's
So I
always
hung the
honest.
phone up.
So you drove there.
Honest. So I'm driving there. So as I'm driving down Church Street. Dude in front of me is driving, and a car pulls out the wrong way on Church Street. This is like 3 a.m.
Keegan, I know
head-on.
you told this one. On
Yeah,
the
I got a head-on collision. Just went around. I was telling Reed. Just went around like, dude. They wanted to flag the car down. I'm like, no, I'm literally dying. That feeling, like you were talking about, it's just like I'm about to
Jesus.
explode. Like they're like waving the car down. You're like, I'm about to shit and throw up all over this fucking car.
Yeah, that's so bad. I'm so sorry. That's like the worst time. to
I
get
know,
a
and you
car
want to be a good
accident.
Samaritan, but you're like, dude, get the fuck away
Can't.
from me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not going to improve this situation. If I
Like,
Could
enter
you
it-
imagine just getting out of the car and just shitting your pants?
Like by shitting in your car is like gonna be the one like that's gonna total your car. That's gonna be the $1
you
amount.
just
that,
slam
like,
into
that,
both
like,
of them
yeah,
and just
yeah.
throw up on your windshield.
If they force you to stop, then I think that you have to now your goal is not to hold it till you're in the hospital. Now your goal is to hold it until you're close enough that person gets some on them.
Could you imagine? You're like, oh, thank God, a car pulled up and some dude just projectile vomits on you.
And
By
then
the-
you have to exchange information.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to do a little hypothetical scenario.
Okay.
So you're in this situation, right?
Right.
You know it's coming out of both ends soon. You get into a bathroom. It's point of no return. It's going to happen now. Only a toilet. Nothing else to... Do you shit your pants and throw up in a toilet? Or do you throw up in the bathroom and shit in the toilet? Which way you going? Have you never been
Can
in
we
this
go over the
dilemma?
choices again?
Have you never
Oh,
been in
yeah.
this dilemma? It's coming out of both ends. You have one place to do it.
Yeah.
You can only do one. And the other one's going not somewhere good.
I mean, I'm shitting on the toilet.
That's
shit
what
on
I
the
chose.
toilet, yeah.
That's what I
Like, I'm
chose.
shitting on the- yeah,
Because at a
like-
certain point too, it's like you're not really throwing up anything. It's just
Yeah,
bile,
it's just bile
Yeah.
and stomach juices. Like,
and it's still
fuck
always shit. It's still
I'll just, like-
always shit, dude.
it. Yeah, dude. I'll just like Dilophosaurus
Every
into my
time.
tub or something.
It's every
yeah.
time.
That's a hilarious way to describe
Yeah, that's a fair.
Dilophosaurus.
Yeah, just fucking,
I think that's a fair argument.
you know, one of them spitting things.
It's always shit. Yeah, I had to make that choice. I was like, "What am I doing here? I'm so
Yeah.
sick." And of course, I don't have a fucking trash can in my bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a heathen.
Here's the thing, though. Home game, you can just throw some underwear out. Hop in the shower after.
Still, just the sensation of shitting your pants is such a bad
It's pretty. It's pretty.
It's not
Yeah,
good.
I
It's
feel
not
like
a great one. I'm like, dude, that's how you live the first 3 years of your life. Just shit in your pants. That's a rough way to come
Yeah.
up.
I feel like you got to talk to a therapist every time that happens.
Maybe you do.
Like
I'm
one or
fine,
two.
dude. Unfazed.
Unfazed. I've dealt with it.
Just trying
Yeah.
to find excuses, honestly, at this point. My bad.
I mean, maybe if it happens to you a lot, then maybe you should.
Yeah, I was
be
about
talking
to say, how much are we talking here? How
Yeah.
often are you
I'm
shitting your
just going to
pants?
skip all like the body doctors, just go right to the brain one.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like maybe once a year these days.
Psychologically, why am I shitting my pants?
Why do I feel like I deserve
Like,
it?
do you want to like referral to the gastrointestinal? No. You tell me.
No, I'm
Better
trying to
talk
get to
that
the
out.
root of this
Yeah,
problem.
we're getting to the bottom of it.
the bottom of it.
I was gonna let that. I was gonna let it marinate for a second. So stupid. So stupid.
Yes.
There we go. Yes,
It is unsettling how quickly that cuts off, though.
it is. Well, the one time we tried to do it for the ads, you had it so loud it scared the shit out of me. We have like an outtake where I was doing a perfect take, and he hit that, and I was just like, I was so high, you physically see me
I
like,
mean, it's kind of unsettling out of nowhere.
yeah, it comes through your headphones. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Do you want to see what it's like?
No, that shit scared the fuck out of me. So yeah, I'm sorry I preemptively just chose what story.
No, that's totally cool. That works for me. That's a pretty terrible
That's a
one.
terrible one.
That's a pretty rough
bad
one,
one.
yeah.
That's giving Chris Davison a run for his money.
Oh man, I mean, I've heard worse.
He had
you
multiple
know?
days,
That
so
is
I
true.
think that really has a
No,
big.
that tops.
Yeah.
Well, and just the fact of he was having to physically restrain himself
Yeah.
from choking a clown, because we
Yeah.
went over this, dude. If you fight a clown, it does not matter the circumstances. He could like literally fuck your girlfriend in your house, and it's like if you fist fight a clown in public, everybody's taking the clown side.
Yeah.
Like nobody's on your side.
I don't know, man. I
Not
think there's-
these days. I don't know.
I think there's enough clown phobia, whatever.
Oh,
it's called.
I didn't
I'm
even
not
think about
gonna-
clown phobia.
Yeah.
I just thought out in public, people are like, dude, chill out.
Yeah.
If someone
People
just-
are scared of clowns
We
now.
got like a rogue clown out here, so if someone starts fighting it, I'm kind of relieved, honestly.
Like now, I don't have to fight that clown when it tries to murder me later.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh great, another Batman remake. This is exactly what I need in front of me right
They're
now.
really hiding the cameras on this one.
It must be the writer's strike. This is a live action Batman fucking remake.
We're
really-
just getting weird Batman performance art.
Really
That's
hit
fun.
the costume department hard.
Yeah, that guy's just wearing a bikini top bottoms. What?
That guy's in bikini bottoms.
Guy's got a banana hammock fighting a clown. Man, Panama City's crazy.
I was about to say Myrtle Beach is going wild, bro.
Yeah, dude.
There's so many cities you could put there.
Dude, Myrtle Beach is wild. We have to do a show there. Every time I go, have you ever been?
Only if we can watch a guy fight a clown.
Oh, that's definitely happening in Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is
Absolutely.
like what you would think a redneck beach town would be. Like it
Yeah.
manifested itself. It's like a fair come to life on the beach.
I mean, that was like my family spot. Well, it was like North
Yeah.
Myrtle, but like you were close enough.
Isn't
It
that
was
crazy? It's two of them, like North Myrtle. And
Like,
Myrtle
oh yeah,
Beach.
like North Myrtle's like very different
Yeah,
from
yeah.
just.
They have
Myrtle
every
proper.
restaurant ever.
Wait,
Yeah,
so is
it's-
one of them nice or is just,
I mean,
or is it like levels of trash?
I feel like North Myrtle's
think
like
it's
the older folk. We're
Are we
here
talking
to-
like a dump versus a recycling plant here? Is that
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Yeah,
looking at
kind
Myrtle
of
Beach.
is.
Yeah, definitely, dude.
okay?
No, that is 100% Myrtle Beach.
That is absolutely. That's a
You'll
great
just find
analogy.
debris in the water everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Myrtle Beach was wild. Yeah, we went to a concert at some bar on the water, and I was just like, the crowd here is so like they looked like cartoon characters of people you would see at Myrtle Beach.
Absolutely.
Like it was literally every person I met. I was like, what?
It is like a weird like Twilight Zone episode where like the caricatures are the people.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
it
it's
was
just like-
fucking crazy.
Like, would I fit in weirdly well if I just walked around there, right?
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
no. Like,
Just
no
cut your
offense.
sleeves off.
No, I know. That's I dress
No
like
offense.
I dress like the crazies, not only because it helps me on stage, dressing like a clown, but also because then crazies assume I'm one of them and they don't want to get involved. Because they're like, you can't, you know,
Absolutely.
the crazies, they're not going to get any money off of me because they're like, that guy's lost his shit too.
Yeah,
It's my disguise.
yeah, Myrtle Beach.
Or they'll laugh at me across the street.
Yeah, you would fit in Myrtle Beach for sure. Virginia Beach, you'd fit in. Virginia Beach is a weird
I've
place,
never been
dude.
to Virginia Beach.
It's a weird place, dude. It's a very weird place.
Here's the thing. I go flannel. I fit in it to any town called camp as well.
I know. I like that where
Or
you're
just
like
assume
camp.
you're the-
You're like
Yeah.
North Carolina camp.
No,
way.
because I've been to meat camp, and it's not a good town.
that is
Yeah.
It's
dude,
barely a
pause. Meat
I
camp.
mean, I lived close to there when I was like in college.
Yeah, I was in college,
Crap.
dude. I was doing delivery, like the delivery service thing,
Oh yeah,
and I delivered food to meat camp.
That's a crazy name for a town.
Dude, I roll out there. So I
crazy.
found out later that the nickname of this town is Meth Camp because it's basically where they just make meth.
Yeah.
It's basically
Yeah,
a series of trailers where they make meth.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing in my mind, dude. Right there.
So I pull up to these trailers, and two guys pull up in like a little dune buggy thing with guns strapped to them.
Fuck yes.
I'm like, they're like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "I'm here to deliver food," and they're like, "Oh," I'm like, "Can you tell me which one is this number? Because none of them have numbers on them."
yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, it's that one," and then they drive off. But they're like just up the road where I can see them, that they're just watching me. So I walk up, I knock on the door, shirtless, like bone skinny black dude, needs this food so bad. Opens the door. One of the nicest guys I ever delivered to. Just super polite, like, "Hey, thanks, man." Didn't tip at all, but you know,
Nice.
if you're making meth in a trailer, you probably don't have a lot on your card.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm not liquid. You know, I think how dope would it be to just be patrolling a trailer park on meth in a dune buggy,
Bro, it's
with
not-
guns?
Keegan, we're not
mean-
talking about a trailer park. We're talking about like 8 trailers in a row in the woods in the mountains.
Even better. Just even
It's
better to be
crazy.
remotely just
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
on patrol. Like if you do amphetamines, you need to have a job. And you
That's the
need to be
best
on
job
patrol.
to have on
Yeah.
I'm saying
Oh,
you're
yeah.
just riding around in a dune buggy,
With
just
a gun.
patrolling, dude.
With a gun,
And you even said it. It's in the middle of nowhere, so
Yeah.
occasionally you can shoot that bitch off. Just
you're like, I'm the fucking man. All day, you're just like, I'm the fucking man, dude.
Yeah, I'm
I
doing
am
it. I'm
keeping
doing it.
this place safe.
You're that rat hitting the fucking
Confidence.
dopamine bar. You're like, yes, yes, yes. Just
Yeah.
driving a dune buggy,
Dude.
aimlessly.
Yeah.
Patrolling on meth paranoia, I bet, is super fun.
I bet you're constantly on patrol.
man.
I had a neighbor that would do coke, and just like every time you got home, it didn't matter what hour you got home. As soon as you pulled in, you would see the blinds like. It was like your dog coming to visit you. It was like every time I drove home, I felt more at home, and I saw him just. I was like, Tracy's home.
He was like his own Ring doorbell.
Yes, it was
Or
crazy.
like, "Ah."
It was nuts. That dude was a wild dude. He was like one time I heard the police come to his apartment, and I heard them like talking to him as he answered the door, and the police officer's racist as shit. He's a black dude, tattooed up, dreads. He goes, "What do you do for a living?" And I just heard Tracy go, "I'm a professional dirt bike rider." I'm like started laughing because he was like, "That is the most outlandish
You can't
shit
say
he could
that
have
to
said."
this
To
man.
yeah, he was like, "Shut the fuck up! Like, get the fuck out of here." They always had the police called on him. always
Yeah,
at our
yeah.
apartment complex, like for one thing or another. It was crazy.
It was like here.
It was in Kennesaw.
Kennesaw.
Yeah. Like they would just get drunk and like shoot fireworks off their porch. And then they'd be over the next day like, can't believe somebody called the police. You're like, I did, motherfucker. You over there shooting off fireworks. That's wild. Got class in the morning.
Oh my god.
What the fuck are you doing? That was when one of the guys that lived there, they tried to like bust into him. Like they did a no-knock warrant across the hallway.
Good.
Dude, he jumped off the balcony. It's like 3 floors up. Hit,
Jesus.
landed, and just like ran off. I was like, they came to our door with his picture. And it was like a dude we had known. It's our neighbor's friend. And we're like, what did he do? Did y'all have pictures of him? But I'll never forget him just not giving a fuck. And just as we're looking out our balcony, just seeing him just go off the fucking balcony. And he just hit and rolled like a stunt man.
Dude, like a cat. Just
It was crazy.
bailing.
And then they came to our door like, do you know him? We're like, never seen him before in my life. Never seen him before in my life, dude.
Was it murder? Did you look it up?
He deserved
No, I think it was
all
just
that.
drugs, but it was one of those things where he like did not flinch, I mean, it was like a movie. He just ran right off the balcony, like, not me, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, anyone who is like has the
That dude
deserve
that-
to get away at that point. If you just do some wild shit,
Yeah.
like physical feats.
I won't say his real name, but his nickname was Mimi. I'll never forget Mimi. He was a character. One time I went into a gas
That's
station.
my grandma's nickname for herself.
Oh, nice, dude. So I went in a gas station with Mimi,
Your
right?
grandma
Wait, how
can
does he
rock and
spell?
roll.
How does he spell it?
I think just M-I-M-I.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, Mimi.
Yeah.
So he went into a gas station one
That
time, right?
explains a lot.
So I'm in there with him, and we're walking through this gas station, and all of a sudden this Indian dude starts screaming at him from behind the counter. He's like, hey, don't be fucking stealing in my store. And he's like, fuck you, dude, that's racist. He's like, I ain't stealing shit. So these dudes start arguing, like going at, I'm so uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, so he's screaming and yelling. He's like, I'm out of here. And he like slams the fucking door. I'm like, damn, dude, like, let me cash out. So I'm grabbing my beer and I walk out and I get in the car and I'm like, yo, why the fuck you freak out like that? He's like, I don't know, because I was stealing. And he starts pulling shit out of his pockets. I was like, dude, no, the fuck you did not. Just make that fucking scene. I was like, that guy was 100% right about you.
Yeah.
he
Oh, yeah.
was spot on about you, bro.
Sometimes you got to judge a book by its cover, man.
No, he probably saw him
That's
slide and
like,
shit.
man,
I mean, the
respectful,
amount of
bro.
shit he pulled out of his pockets, I was like, dude, that is
Oh,
comical.
he got seen.
That definitely got seen. And then just pulled the fucking ace in the hole. Like, oh, yeah? No. You're racist. I was like, that's awesome. Give me some Sour Patch Kids.
That's hilarious.
Good.
That's a good. I mean, if
mean-
you're caught like that, you got to just go full in.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
can't you can't double oh, I accidentally put
what?
20 things in my pocket.
Yeah, you can't just like, oh, Slim Jims. How they get there? They're super long. What?
Yeah, you just got to go in and be like, fuck it.
It's weird because Slim Jims are so hard to fit in your pocket, you know?
It just like worked its way in the back of my pants.
What's
That's
the biggest
weird.
thing you've ever stolen from a store?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, dude. Allegedly, I walked out with a heater one time from Walmart.
Allegedly, at a Walmart, I stole a Robert Pattinson Batman mask.
Nice.
That's
I just
That's a funny thing to
folded
say.
wow.
That's a funny
You really
thing.
ruined a kid's Halloween.
yeah, dude, I mean, it was like July.
Oh, it was the
was-
overstock.
Yeah, it was like on clearance. So I was like, they won't miss
Hey,
this.
fuck them. Fuck Walmart.
Try it
So
on.
do you wear that to Walmart now?
Just to flaunt it in their faces.
It has full eye makeup also. It's just like-
And
I
you
get
just,
a little sweaty, so it kind of runs.
and you also have one of those little Bluetooth speakers that you stole from there that's just playing that fucking Nirvana remix.
Yeah.
as you're just walking through Walmart with your
Yeah.
cart,
something
It's-
in the way on repeat.
going
Yeah.
going through
Stealing
the,
groceries slowly.
just going through the produce section.
Just putting them in your cape.
I was thinking in a way that if I opened my cape, I'd be like one of those old timey like sales guys.
Yeah.
Like, do you need a
Need
salami?
a-
Yeah. Weighing potatoes because the weight matters a lot for you. You're like, I can only afford this much potatoes. I can afford 1.37 pounds of potatoes. No more.
So that's exactly $3.
You know what my buddy did in Savannah? And this is a little tip for Finish the Story fans. I don't know if it'll work. You'd probably go to jail. He got away with it. But he would fucking put his card in and then pull it out so it wouldn't read it.
Yeah.
And then he would just walk out with his whole buggy. And if anybody said
shit.
anything, he'd be like, "What happened? Oh my God."
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm on camera
Yeah.
putting it. I thought I did it." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
That's pretty genius, man.
Fucking genius. I went with him one time and saw it, was like, this motherfucker's on
Anything
to
where you
something.
have a back door, that's a good
That
call.
motherfucker's on to something.
That's a good call.
Yeah, he just,
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to say, I was like, that is a good point. Like, I'm not trained in this machine.
I mean, but the greeters
I
are
don't-
so fucking. The greeters are obnoxious about it these days.
He did it at, I think, a Kroger. He just stole all the
okay.
groceries and just said, I didn't know. But no, the Walmart greeters, I tell them no. I just tell them no.
Yeah, I just
Right to
stopped
their
going.
no.
I stopped going to Walmart.
Yeah.
I just don't go to Walmart
That's
anymore.
fair.
Nah,
Still
well,
stealing a Walmart.
Oh, where do you go?
Usually Kroger, Publix.
Target or anything like that is so expensive. Like Walmart is that alternative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not for groceries,
Yeah, but I
God,
realized I got to
fucking
stop
damn.
buying my
Target
clothes
groceries
from
are-
Walmart.
Crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not. They don't even have that good of a selection at Target.
No, Target sucks.
It's like the shittiest little section. Yeah,
yeah, Target is the worst. But they do have the best security at Target. So FinishTheStory fans.
and
don't
you can
steal
go
from
into
Target.
whatever bathroom there.
I read this whole thing on Reddit that somebody was like, I was the head of security for Target. Like, don't do it. We had a friend that was at a Kroger, was checking out at a self-checkout, and somebody had left their gift card, like a Visa gift card. He was
Oh,
like,
shit.
oh, shit. So he picked it up, put it in his pocket, goes home, starts thinking about it. He's like, man, that's fucked up. Cuts the card up. Never uses it, nothing. 2 months later, police show up at his fucking front door, arrest him for credit card fraud because he was on video because the lady came back in and was like, yo, somebody stole my card. Like, my card's not here. And then he's on camera like,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, you never like think about that in the moment.
No.
I guess,
And then he
you
didn't
know.
even use it. So he's like, for like 2 months, he's like, I'm fucking golden.
Yeah.
Our friend was
Yeah.
outside sunbathing and the police showed up on 420 and they're like,
On 420.
yeah. She's like
420.
literally out there, just smoked a
Horrible
bowl. And
day.
she looks up, there's a cop standing there and she's like, hi. And they're like, does D live here? And she's like, let me go get him. He's in his room all fucked up. She's like, the police are here to see you. He's
Oh
like, that's
my
not funny. She's like,
God, dude.
wish I was kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
You're
blew
right.
my
it's
high.
Not, it's not funny.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We need to have a conversation. What'd you do?
Yeah.
But yeah, so if anything we'll take away from this, don't steal from self-checkout.
Don't do it.
Steal in the middle of the
It's
store.
not.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah,
It's
no
good to
problem.
see ya.
Man. Yeah, thanks
Let's
for
go do
having me on,
McCracken's.
dude.
Let's
Let's
go
go
do it.
do this McCracken.
It was fun.